The design phase for Series 7 of the BrickLink Designer Program is just around the corner. Have you ever considered submitting a model? It's not as hard as you think. Let's talk about why you should and how to do it. If you're not familiar with the BrickLink Designer Program, it is a contest where fan designers like you and me will build models digitally and then submit them for a public vote. At the end of the voting period, BrickLink will select 5 finalists whose models will be crowdfunded and produced in a limited run as an official Lego set of up to 30,000 copies. The 7th series of this program is set to start the design phase in December, with submissions coming in mid-January. So what are the benefits if your model is selected as the winner? Well, for starters, you receive a 5% commission of all sales worldwide. No, I obviously don't have any insight into actual numbers, but estimating it looks like fan designers have made anywhere from $70,000 to $500,000 or $600,000, depending on the size of the model and how popular they were. Now, I submitted a model to the last series, and surprise, surprise, I did not win, and that's okay. I want to talk about why I still found it to be valuable and why I'll continue to submit models for future series. First, the BrickLink Designer Program is a great way to showcase interesting or new ideas. I feel like I bring a lot to the table as a designer, and I feel like the BrickLink Designer Program is a great place to share those ideas and build things that are more me. Each series feels like an event where fans of Lego come together to look through the catalog of ideas, and it was a great way for me to just say, here's what I have to contribute to the community. I was really valuable to see and to get feedback from people and see that people enjoyed the things that I was making. It served almost as a springboard into the digital designer community and has been really great to interact with other designers and builders. Participating for me felt a lot like attending my local convention, where there are a lot of other designers excited about their things, a lot of conversations complementing each other and building each other up as a community. I thought that was fantastic. Additionally, going through the process of designing a model, preparing the instructions, preparing images to showcase that model, really put me in a good position to sell instructions on Rebrickable or somewhere else because most of that work has been done. The model is finished. The instructions are workable. Images are ready to be used in various ways. And I feel like if I wanted to sell instructions of my model, I am 90% of the way there. And just having a deadline of when those things needed to be finished was really helpful for me as a designer to get something done that I was proud of. Now, there are some pretty common reasons I've heard from why people don't want to design. Maybe they're more interested in doing things like mocks for Star Wars or Harry Potter, or who knows, and they obviously can't submit IP stuff to the program. I get that. Other people say that they just aren't super comfortable building digitally. Any program is going to take time and practice to feel comfortable with, but I promise you, you can do it. But I'm going to be going through this process for Series 7 here on YouTube with everybody. So you should have some good examples of how to do a lot of those things, like how to create steps for instructions, how to format the pages, how to get the right palette to work for you so you can build the model. All that we're going to have step-by-steps for this series. I've also heard people say that, if I don't think I'm going to win, like, maybe that's a valid concern. I would say that you never know. People like new ideas. I think that we've seen some of that with like a first few series. It was big castle, and now the castles are getting smaller. The castles aren't the big winners anymore. And I also think that winning isn't always the point. Like I said, there's a lot of benefits that I found personally, even though I haven't been selected as a finalist. I've also heard people concerned about giving the rights to their models away to BrickLink or the Lego Group for this program. And unlike the Ideas program, where it can take a long time for your model to expire, for the rights to revert back to you, for the BrickLink Designer Program, the rights are actually really great. So when you submit your model, you do give them a temporary hold on your rights until the voting period ends and they announce the finalists. Obviously, if you're selected as a finalist, you would turn over the rights and you would get compensated for the models that they sell. But if you aren't selected as a finalist, that same day, like immediately, those rights revert back to you. So as soon as they announce the finalists, if you don't win, you can turn around and sell those instructions. You own the rights. You own the ability to sell that. You don't have to worry about losing the rights to your model. So how do you begin? Well, if you haven't already, make sure you download and install Studio from BrickLink. There's a link in the description. And then just start to brainstorm ideas. Look for an updated palette and Series 7 guidelines to come in early December. And if you have your ideas ready, you can hit the ground running. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any updates as we walk through the process of submitting your model to the BrickLink Designer Program. Good luck.